Hi guys, welcome to the show. So the main topic of my channel is encouraging people to become ambidextrous and use both hands. Because after all, why are most people only using one hand? Doesn't even make sense. 90% of people in the world are right-handed, 10 to 12% of people are left-handed. But why are most people only using one hand? Wouldn't it make sense that we use both hands? Like your hand is, let's say you use your right hand all day to do all kinds of stuff. And then later on you switch to using your left hand because you're capable of doing that. Don't you think you would have so much more strength and endurance? So I've been using my left hand since I was in high school. It's been many years already. It's about 20 years or so. And I've just been strengthening it by doing many activities, writing, playing guitar, playing sports, anything I can. So I just make sure to strengthen both of my hands as well. I don't forget about keep using my right hand because it gives your body and mind a balance. So by using both hands, you're going to strengthen your body and your mind, because if you study the inside of your body, you will see that we have so many systems, 11 systems, and we have veins, arteries, all our muscles, everything's connected together. So why are people only using half of their body? You know what I mean? That's like if you're only I don't know, maybe you're right-handed, so your left hand is just useless. Like, what do you use your left hand for? It doesn't have a use? That doesn't make sense. And so I believe that now is the time that people should be aware of using both hands and actually start practicing strengthening their body. Because in the long run, it's going to make you way more stronger and also improve your cognitive abilities. What I noticed when I started using my left hand is that my memory increased. I'm able to study so much information. I really like studying medical science. And so I have a couple of books that I read a lot, like a book is Human Body and the Human Brain. And there's so many so much detailed information in those books. Even the terminology, the names of different systems, and all the different names in the body. I just try to remember them and study how my body functions, how it works. And we should all do that. That way we become more healthy and we understand how our body's actually functioning. So today, in my books, this is my second book, Becoming Ambidextrous, The Doorway to the Mind of God. I named it Becoming Ambidextrous, The Doorway to the Mind of God, because I believe that we'll become much more smarter and stronger physically, and therefore we'll understand how everything works. For example, in this book I explain that there's a duality to everything. That's one of the main discoveries that I made from becoming ambidextrous, because I started to notice that my left hand is actually the opposite of my right hand. Like in physical terms, if you look at your hands, look at your own hands, you will see that they're symmetrical. They're not the same. They're actually mirror opposites of themselves. And so is the rest of our body. We're like two opposites in one. And everything, I've noticed that everything in the world is also behaves the same way. For example, let's talk about the duality in the world with the opposites. So you could say we have the sun and the moon. Those are two spherical heavenly bodies that orbit our earth. And they're like opposites. The sun is the opposite of the moon. Because when the sun is bright, shining, we have the daytime. People tend to be out and about. Animals, plants are receiving the sun's rays. So after the sun does its thing and sets, goes away, then we have the moon, which always, they always follow each other. They're like rotating in order to create a balance in the world. So when I noticed that, I was like, that's true. Not only does our body have like this symmetrical design, and these are opposites, and also mentally, if you look at the anatomy of the human brain, you will see that there's a division right down the middle. It divides the left hemisphere from the right hemisphere. And if you look at those hemispheres, they are like symmetrical as well. Just like your hands, your rest of your body, everything in your body, internally as well, has an opposite. Like your lungs. Your lungs are opposite in shape. They have that duality. Your kidneys have a duality. Your brain, as I mentioned, your whole body has a duality. So I started to notice that everything outside of ourselves, human beings as well, also has a duality as well. So I mentioned the sun and the moon, which struck me as really strange when I realized that, but I was very surprised, and I said, that is true. I made a strong point. That is very true. The sun is opposite from the moon. So also we could discuss like genders. So you have male and female. Those are opposites, because like if we examine the anatomy of a male person, so the male reproductive organ is out, it's exterior, and a female's reproductive organ is interior, it's going in, and a man's is going out. So when we examine the genders, the anatomy of the two sexes of the genders, we'll find many differences or opposites. You know, like a man's chest is usually flat, and a woman's chest, you know, has breasts, more protruding. Men tend to have shorter hair, women tend to have long hair. And even if you examine their mental behavior, we could see that they're opposites. So what's also crazy is that when you think about it, well, is that, okay, that we have 46 chromosomes. You know, that's our DNA. 46 chromosomes. We're composed of 46 chromosomes. The reason we have 46 is because we have 23 from the mother, 23 from the mother, and 23 from her father. So this means that we are literally half of our mother and half of our father. We have both, we have attributes from our mother, both our mother and our father. If you look at your own face in the mirror and study yourself, you will see parts of your father and parts of your mother in your own face. So one person is composed of two people, which is very mind-blowing. It takes two people to make another person, and that person is composed of these two people because of our chromosomes. So that's a duality that also exists within ourselves. So I discussed the sun and the moon, male and female, these dualities that exist. So also I talk about our brain, because you have a left side and a right side. I believe they're not the same. They're actually kind of opposites. From using both hands, I've come to realize that I feel a lot different when I use my left hand compared to when I use my right hand. But the only way you're really going to be aware of this is if you begin to use both hands. To me, it's kind of a secret to use both hands, because as I mentioned, 90% of the world's population are right-handed, and only 10 to 12% are left-handed. So left-handed people are not going to, I don't really think, most left-handed people are not going to become ambidextrous, and so are right-handed people. They're not going to learn to use their left hand. They're just not doing that, because we're so focused on so many things in this world that is doesn't pertain to being ambidextrous. But I am now, that's the point of my channel, is to teach everybody that you actually should be ambidextrous. The world has so many dualities, as well as in the human body. We have pairs of everything in our body. So see, that's one. Okay, that is the duality that is pertaining to our genetics, but also you could think of morality. Like morality is what governs most of us, our mental, like our actions. It governs our actions, this morality. So when you think about morality, what do we have? Okay, when we think about morality, we have good and we have bad. Okay? Would you not say that good is the opposite of bad? I would totally have to say it is. So you also have right and you have wrong. Right and wrong. Don't do that, that's wrong. I'm sorry. Don't do that, it's wrong. Why would somebody say it's wrong? Why in our mind does it register as wrong? And if we say, good job, you did the right thing. Oh, okay, I did right. So these are opposites as well. Right and wrong. So you could also see a truth and a lie. Those are opposites. There's really no middle to truth and a lie. Like either somebody's lying to you or somebody's telling you the truth. And the truth is the opposite from a lie. Am I right? So, even in mathematics, you could say like, oh, this is found to be true. Or it's untrue. Like 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's the truth. If we say 1 plus 4 equals 2, well, that's not true. And we're able to make decisions based on this kind of thinking. That's true. You put it in the true category. That's not true. You disregard that. So also I discussed emotions. Because this is all dealing with this duality. This is all dealing with this duality that I have realized, and I'm discussing in my book. I'm bringing it to awareness. Not only becoming the awareness of becoming ambidextrous, which I encourage all people to start using both hands so that you can strengthen your body, all the systems in your body, your muscles, your reproductive organs, respiratory, your heart, cardiovascular, with all the blood vessels. Your heart is pumping blood to your entire body. So if you start using both hands, I believe you're strengthening the blood vessels in your body, which are delivering important nutrients and also returning empty blood cells to the heart to continue this cycle. It's very important. I believe what I'm talking about is extremely important. I hope when you watch this, you're kind of like, you're realizing, hey, I only use one hand. Does that affect, my heart? Does it affect is it affecting the way my heart, the strength of my heart? Is it affecting the strength of my other organs, which are in pairs, such as your kidneys, your lungs, your brain, your exterior, arms, legs? Is it affecting all this? Am I really just supposed to use one hand my whole life? Should I start strengthening my other hand before I get really old? Will using both hands strengthen all the systems in my body and actually help us live longer? These are so many cool topics I'm talking about, and I'm just going to keep making videos, and I'm just going to keep putting this awareness out there. I really want to help people. I want people to be happy with themselves, and also we'll enter this new, like a time period. Like I also discussed very famous artists, like in the Renaissance. I believe we'll have another Renaissance, like one of the greatest Renaissance. Many of the greatest artists of the Renaissance period were left-handed. Actually, ambidextrous. Leonardo da Vinci was considered to be ambidextrous. He wrote with both hands. As we know, we're aware of so many amazing talents that Leonardo da Vinci possessed. Like skills in mathematics, skills in skills in drawing. His drawings are amazing. Painting, anatomy, he studied anatomy. I mean, even if you look at his drawings of anatomy today, they still hold up. They're great. Like amazing. He did that in the late 1400s. And another great Renaissance artist is Michelangelo. And it is said of Michelangelo that he drew the Sistine Chapel using both hands. So I believe when all people start to use both hands equally, we'll enter into this new Renaissance, a very awesome time period, and we're just going to be mind blown. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me comments in the comment section below what you think of my idea, and have you ever tried to use your non-dominant hand, which is your hand is more weak than your stronger hand. Have you ever tried that? And so guys, keep on watching, and I'm gonna keep on trying to do as many videos as I can. And check out my books. I put the links down below, and I really like how they look. They look great, and also the content inside, which is extremely important. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe, stay happy, and stay excited.